Hello, I'm Elmore Alexander, Dean of the School of Management at Marist College in Poughkeepsie, New York, and we're going to talk to you a bit today about our MBA program, our online MBA program. I'm here with Elizabeth Doherty, our Associate Dean for the MBA program, and Joanne Gavin, the Chair of our Management Department. Elizabeth, why don't you begin by talking a bit about why someone might choose to be a part of the Marist MBA?
Thanks, Elmore. We know that students have many options on where they go for their MBA program. We also know that it's an important decision to be made. Students are looking for opportunities to advance their career. They know that it involves a lot of time, energy, and money, and it's a very important decision. So we wanted to share with all of you some of the reasons why we think the MBA at Marist program might be advantageous for you. I think one of our strongest features is our faculty, by far. Our faculty come with academic experience. Most of them have PhD degrees. They have achieved high excellence in their academic background. But also as important is that they have lots of professional experience. They have many opportunities from the professional world that they can bring into the classroom. Joanne, you're a classic example of that. Would you want to share with us your background?
Sure, Elizabeth, I'd be happy to. Prior to going back to school and getting my doctorate, I was in healthcare administration, a field I really loved and enjoyed, and spent many years in, not only directly in hospitals, but also in paramedical environments. And when I decided to go back to school and get my degree and then teach, I find one of the most effective things I bring to the classroom is my experience. Students understand that I'm not just giving them theory, but I'm telling them how that theory really played out for me in my professional career.
So students can really relate to you because, as we know, most of our students are working professionals. Many of them have been out of the classroom for maybe 10 years or even more, and they're looking for opportunities to enhance their working experience. So having somebody who knows both worlds, the academic and the professional world, is a real plus, don't you think?
I really think so, and the feedback I've gotten from students says it is very valuable to them because they get that sense that those of us who have had careers really get it.
Mm-hmm. And because our program is geared for the part-time student, we have set up the curriculum in such a way that allows maximum flexibility. So students can do their coursework, do their jobs, have their families. Time is tight, no doubt.
Absolutely.
But the curriculum recognizes the students and allows for that flexibility with the program. And they do receive lots of personal attention.
Even in the online.
Even in the online environment. They may be all over the world, but we work extra hard to make the connections with the student. I think it's also important to recognize that the Marist MBA program has been accredited by AACSB International. In the United States, only 30% of the business schools have been accredited by this very prestigious organization, and even fewer schools internationally. And this is important because employers recognize, acknowledge, and note that this program or this accreditation means that students are highly qualified. And so it takes the guesswork out for employers on the background and the credentials of the students coming out of the program.
What other distinctive elements are there for the MBA program, Elizabeth?
Well, U.S. News and World Report just recognized the Marist online MBA program as one of the 14 schools on their honor roll. In addition, GetEducated.com has ranked the Marist MBA online program 35th in the nation. And also, Entrepreneur Magazine has ranked the Marist MBA program as one of the top business programs. So you don't need to take our word for it. There's many outside bodies that recognize and acknowledge the distinctiveness of the Marist MBA.
External validation.
External validation.
Okay. Let's talk about the program. Now for a moment. We've redesigned it in the last few years, and in particular, we've chosen to focus the program around the idea of a virtual manager. and
another distinctive feature.
Another distinctive feature of what we have. And what we came to realize when we went to redesign the program is that most managers, most general managers, are no longer working in the same site where their coworkers are, where their subordinates, where their superiors. They're on teams that cut all across the world, and that this is a critical job skill now for a manager to be effective. And so we built into our courses both the requisite knowledge and ability to deal with managing in a virtual environment, as well as an understanding of the technology and how the technology needs to be used to manage in that kind of environment. So this has become sort of the overriding theme of the MBA program, and certainly is a very distinctive thing.
Sure. So let's talk about the curriculum in a little bit more detail. The curriculum is comprised of 3 major components: the foundation courses, the core courses, and the concentrations or electives. Joanne, would you tell us a bit more about the foundation courses?
Sure. When we redesigned the program for the virtual manager, one of the things we thought was important to do was redesign the foundation courses. For students who come to us with a bachelor's in business, they can move straight into the core courses. But for those people who come to us who have never had a business course, they need foundation. They need a platform upon which to build their knowledge in the MBA courses. But one of the challenges was this often added a year or more to students who were doing this part-time. So one of the things we wanted to do was create an environment where students could move through these courses fairly quickly at their own pace and could complete all 6 if necessary in a 1-year period. So the 6 courses work together in one site managed by one instructor who oversees all 6 courses. 3 of the courses work pretty independently. Those courses are the economics course, the accounting course, and the statistics course. There's always an instructor there to help students with any challenges, but students really can move through at their own pace. The other 3 courses, the management course, the marketing course, and the finance course, not only work at their own pace through the normal course modules, but they also work together in something called the collaboration site, where the course manager comes in, poses questions, students interact, they see how certain issues relate differently to the 3 topics, and they really develop a broader sense of how current issues affect all the different disciplines. Once they work through 1 or all 6 of the courses, whatever each student may need to take, they can then move on to the full MBA program.
And the full MBA program consists of 10 courses. Elmore, would you tell us about the core courses?
Well, that's half of them, 5 of the courses, and this is the real meat of the program. These are the courses that everyone takes. And of course, the starting course we call the Virtual Manager. And that's where you learn traditional management skills: motivation, leadership, communication, conflict management, and then you also learn how to make that play out in a virtual environment. At the remainder of the courses, one deals with the technology of decision making and focuses on the communication issues and the communication technology that happens in the virtual environment. We have a course on finance and economics to get at decision making from looking at the numbers and that side of it. And unique to us, we have a business, government, and society course that emphasizes the combination of business and government working together and what kinds of problems that poses and how the manager can effectively deal with those issues. Finally, the capstone course, a strategy course, a course where you put everything together and come up with strategies for companies and analyze strategies that companies come forward with, so that you've put all of these skills together at one point in time.
So those are the 5 required courses that make up the MBA program. The other 5 courses are electives. A student can choose from the pool of course offerings which courses that they want that make sense for their particular interest or their professional goals. Or if they wish to take their courses and concentrate them in a particular area, they can do that too and have some real depth in their coursework in a particular subject matter. One of these areas is ethical leadership. And Joanne, you teach in that program. Perhaps you can explain that for us.
Absolutely. The ethical leadership concentration consists of a total of 12 credits, or 4 courses. One is a prerequisite course that must be taken prior to starting the other 3 courses. That's managing change, a critical issue for all managers to understand in the rapidly changing environment in which we all manage. The 3 courses that actually make up the concentration are negotiations, leadership, power and influence, and ethical management of organizations. We feel these courses together create a foundation upon which managers will be comfortable understanding how to make decisions, manage people, and move an organization forward with as much consideration to ethical issues and leadership as it is about financial issues.
Not that there are any examples from the real world to bring into the classroom.
We never lack for material to use, unfortunately.
Okay. So ethical leadership was one area the students can choose to concentrate their coursework. 3 others are available. One is financial management. A second is international business. And the new one for us is healthcare administration. So again, students can concentrate their electives in one of these 4 areas, or they can take the free electives, making up 5 courses.
Probably makes sense now to talk a little bit about the mechanics of the program. We've described the types of courses, but I think maybe now we need to make people aware of what the mechanics are like. Could you discuss that a bit?
Sure. Because our students are typically part-time students, they're working full-time professionally, we've set up the program accordingly. Generally, students take 2 courses a semester. These courses are offered for the most part in accelerated 8-week rounds, which means that students take 2 courses a semester, 1 in each round. The round allows students to focus on 1 course at a time, which means that they're not having competing priorities and competing assignments and being distracted by other courses. Joanne, you teach in the 8-week format. Tell us a bit about that experience for you and for the students.
Sure. I've taught in both formats, and consistently students seem to not only like the 8-week format better, they seem to perform better as well. They're not torn between 2 assignments due at the same time. They're able to focus. I enjoy the fact that the course I teach primarily, which is the ethical leadership, really takes thinking time, maybe not so many deliverables. And when they can just focus on my course, the outcomes are just better for everyone. I know I enjoy it more, and I've heard they enjoy it more as well.
So they're still doing 15 weeks worth of material. It's
Absolutely.
in 8 weeks, so it's not a compromised course.
Not at all.
But it's designed in such a way that a student can focus in depth exclusively on that topic.
It's really basically the same amount of work. It's just instead of splitting your attention between 2 courses, it's condensed into 1. Okay. So things are really the same. It's just the focused issue that changes.
When I started graduate school, I went from being in an undergraduate program that was semester-based, then into a graduate program that was quarter-based. That was 10-week. Quarters. And the first semester was challenging to get used to the pace. But after that, it not only didn't seem any different, but I actually had the exact reaction you're talking about, Joanne. I liked it better having a smaller number of courses and being really able to focus on those courses. And I think for a graduate student basis particularly, the shorter time frame and being able to focus makes a big difference.
I think so too.
So students will take 2 courses a semester and 1 course in the summer, which means they generally complete the program in 2 years.
The idea of doing it online has to be at least somewhat challenging to students. Maybe you can talk a bit about what that experience is like, because we think it's a very effective teaching format.
Well, and certainly we have lots of experience with online learning. Marist has been doing online education for over 15 years. So we know that some schools are just getting into this delivery mechanism. We've all been doing it. We've worked out the kinks. We've worked out the glitches. We're very experienced with online learning and can deliver it very effectively. What's nice about online learning is that it makes education very accessible to students at their time and in their place. Joanne, Tell us about it from your experience.
Well, I know almost all of my students are full-time employed, and they have challenges not just with work but with families, and they very much enjoy the ability to do the work in their own time and space. There are deadlines, but they can manage those deadlines however best suits their lifestyle. And the system also is very flexible in that most everything is done asynchronously, but there are chat rooms where you can go in. I hold office hours usually a Monday night for 1 hour. I'm in the chat room live. If students have questions, they know during that 1 hour they can come visit me online, and I'm going to be there in the moment to respond immediately to their questions.
Is it a daunting system?
Not at all. It's a very easy system, and one of the things that we've done with the revamp of the MBA program is to make all of the courses very consistent, so that if you're in one course, with the exception of what the content is, it looks exactly like the next course. There are faculty there to help you all the time with any needs you may have. There's also technical support to help you if you have needs in that area. But the layout of the course is consistent across all of the courses, so students aren't having to hunt around for things each time they enter a new semester or a new round. Things are laid out almost exactly like the last course.
So as I understand, they do everything within the context of the course. They send messages, they have discussions, they post their assignments, they get feedback from the instructor, everything within the iLearn technology.
Everything can be done 100% within that technology.
What about other aspects of the service structure? I mean, students expect more than just a classroom environment with an MBA program or any graduate program. How do we pull off those other things in an online environment?
Absolutely, support services are critical to all students. The personal attention, I think, is really key. The office staff will go to great ends to find answers and to troubleshoot any student's issues or concerns. If they don't know the answers, they will find somebody who will assist. Every student has a faculty advisor. He can help students to maneuver through the registration process, to deal with issues that come up in a classroom, and to provide academic and career advice if desired. The library is very important. One thinks, well, how do you do that online? But Marist has a fully accessible library from an online perspective, and the staff who are willing and able and dedicated to serving students with their research needs. And finally, career services are available to our students.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think the story is we've got a complete MBA program that operates in an online environment that is very challenging, is very innovative, and very attentive to what students' needs are. So that's the story of the Marist MBA, and here's our website. Please check that out and get additional information on it. Our phone numbers are there, our emails are there. Contact us, and we would love to talk to you more about the Marist Online MBA program. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.